I'm sure most of you are hungry right now. But I'll take it a few minutes and be hunger for some knowledge, some insights, whatever I'm going to share with you. Now, life is enjoyable journey, not a goal. I'm going to differ from some of the previous speakers, but definitely I'm going to keep some insight. You'll definitely agree with me. That life is an enjoyable journey, not a goal. Discover purpose along the way. Good afternoon, everyone, and especially the Chancellor, the Founder, Vice Chancellor, and the dignitaries in the dais. Parents, the students, and professors, those who are really definitely engaged in and out to create some knowledge and curiosity among the students. Now, it is truly an honor and privilege to stand before you today as one of the guests of honor at this special occasion of Srinath Shankhnaad. And I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Srinath University for inviting me to be part of this event. Universities are not just center of education, they are the beating heart of ideas, innovation and inspiration. Upon receiving the kind invitation from your dean academics, and I found myself reflecting what to really share with these young guys, especially the Gen Zs, those who are definitely linked with your technologies, living with the technologies, and definitely technologies shaping their life. But in a very lighter note, let me tell you that you must be also observing that when a child is hungry and trying to really quench his thirst, the mother is offering the mobile to definitely make her silent or make him silent then and there. Apart from that, the generation doesn't need mom's rice and mom's chapati or dal, rather craving for Italian pasta, Mexican pizza, Chinese noodles and momos, Kentucky fried chicken or burger. What I'm saying is, now all this apart, definitely the knowledge is more important, and what I'm going to really share with you today is that not my experience. I do not want to lecture you, I do not want to impose something on you. And I was really reflecting what to share with you, and one specific encounter happened in the XLRI gymnasium few days back, 5 days back. The young girl at the age of 22 or 23 years, she came to the gym and quietly went to the weighing machine, weighed her, measured her weight, and finally silently went away. Next day, like a clockwork, she came once again, repeated the same job. I was little curious about it. What is going something in her mind? Why is she coming just to measure her weight? I gathered my courage and went to her, said that, dear, every day you are coming over here and measuring your weight and going back. Why don't you use this space to build your, let's say, health? Now, she silently told me something which is going to be the basic backdrop, corner of this particular speech what I'm going to share with you today. Now, what I'm saying is, this brief encounter truly humbled me, reminded me that behind every young face is just not ambition, but often a quiet battle the world may not really see that. I made a conscious decision not to really organize my speech around my 25 years of experience. Rather, I'm going to gather some sort of an experience from the people or from the public. That insight I'm going to share with you. Some of the previous speakers, they have shared their ideas, but my ideas are going to be slightly different. I'm sure you are going to really see that out. Now what I did, I tried to really gather some sort of thoughts and share across some sort of your message to some of my friends and my relatives, even to the professional connects. About 89 people I reached out over the WhatsApp message, and some personal conversation happened as well. And there are some doctors, some therapists, some psychologists, some public servants, and teachers, professors, students, research scholars. Finally, I gathered some sort of thoughts from them. That thought I'm going to really share with you. Now, I conducted a survey, and the age span lies between 16 years to 87 years. And within that, I found some interesting insight. I'm sure you'll be with me. And that insight is definitely going to guide in your life journey. Now, what I'm saying is, very briefly, because of the paucity of time, after going through this survey, I found out this particular graph, the picture, whatever activity I presented before you, this is what is the outcome. But out of this particular, let's say, PPT, this particular single, let's say, slide, you'll clearly observe that till today, people still believe that career development, the career aspiration is going to be one of the most important aspects of students' life. And apart from that, the personal well-being is another important aspect. You can see that out here. Some emotional resilience is definitely figuring out with the top corner. You can see that is high importance and high priority. Because students are really struggling day in and day out. They are under a lot of pressures. Therefore, what I'm saying is, you need to take care of those dimensions. Therefore, 4 dimensions I got here: career development, personal well-being, managing relationship, and digital awareness. Let me corroborate these findings with 2 real-life case studies. Now, I'm sure most of you must be thinking that what kind of, let's say, the problem or the issue of challenges was going through that particular young girl. Now, the moment I just inquired more little deep into it, she said that, sir, I know you, though you haven't taught me, but some of my friends. I'm undergoing treatment of managing the stress, and my therapist advised me to monitor my weight daily. The pressure of academic and otherwise is taking a toll on me. One of my best friend's daughter went to your USA for her higher studies, and I'm sure most of you might have heard about the name of the institute is California Institute of Technology. Now, her father retired from the Indian Air Force, and he doesn't have much of a savings. Whatever his retirement benefit is getting, he will be definitely able to manage his family. But this girl was studying in one of the top-notch colleges here in India, in institute in India, and in the branch of computer science. Completion of that degree, she joined in the 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐧𝐚𝐿 and getting closely 22 lakh salary. But being under the peer pressure, she left that particular job and joined in the MS program in US. But there was a need for financing this program. She got the partial scholarship, but to fund for that entire program, she took closely 1.45 crores loan from the Prodigy Finance, one of the institutions based out of UK. Now, the parents and friends, they are saying that so much of money you should not really borrow for this education, but she was really motivated to pursue that program. They borrowed that 1.45 crores and went ahead for that program. Initially, first 2 semesters, she really did extremely well. She was one of the toppers here in India in her batch. But subsequently, what happened? Because of some wrong relationship, she was not into the relationship, but one of the boys forced him to get into the relationship, but still, she was not accepting that. But that boy was bugging him day in and day out. But what I'm saying is, that really brought a toll on him, took toll on her. She couldn't really she completed the degree successfully, but not with a very good, let's say, grade. And as a result of which, she couldn't really get a good placement finally. And year 2024 was a turmoil year for definitely many of the students across the world because of the American presidential elections as well as the geopolitical turmoil across the world. Now, after appearing more than 30 different companies, she could really qualify for the placement in USA. Normally the students, those who pass from that university, they are expected to get a very fat salary, more than 2 crore salary, something of that sort. But unfortunately, that didn't happen for her, and she went into the depression with the support of some of her friends who tried to really brought her to India. And what happened is that now she was under the treatment, and finally after 2 months she came back to normalcy. Now once again we requested same 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐧𝐚𝐼, and she just joined back in 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐧𝐚, but not with a very high salary. The salary whatever she was getting earlier, more or less same salary she joined. And luckily her younger let's say sister joined in another company for completion of the engineering degree, and including some sort of friends and relative support, she could really come over that particular problem. Now what I'm saying, she is leading a life of normalcy right now. From these 2 stories and from the survey whatever I have presented over here, I'm sure this is going to give you some interesting insight that certainly life is a journey, and many times the brightest mind even struggles in uncertain times. Mental health is fragile, and it is true and real. Timely support can change life. The family, friends and relatives, definitely they are going to really extend some sort of support to such situations. Life is not a linear journey, definitely non-linear journey, And what I'm saying is that the need of adaptation and resilience. And financial literacy and planning are crucial. It's not that you are going to join any program, you can spend anything you feel like. Absolutely not. You have to pay attention to that. Hope can be rebuilt slowly, steadily and together. But from the survey, definitely I'm saying that you got some sort of interesting dimension here. I'm sure you all will be agreeing with me. Career development skills are strategic priorities for successful journey. 4 well-being elements are foundational for building any kind of an academic or non-academic career or success. Social and emotional support system need rebalancing, and responsive usage of AI and social media is definitely recognized in the survey. I'm sure that's going to give you some interesting insight. Thus, life is a journey and goal is not the aim. Please pay attention here, please, my dear friends. Nowadays, we focus so much only on achieving the goal and grossly ignore the journey. The journey matters more than reaching the goal. Research suggests that once you reach the goal, the happiness of such success fades away just in 9 days. Thus, my friend, my first life pointer for you is going to be, you should enjoy your journey and try to make it most memorable, and ultimately you will reach in a certificate goal. This journey may be either academic or otherwise. When you grow a plant, you just cannot pour a bucket of water once in a week or twice in a month. Rather, keep pouring little by little every day. That makes a healthy plant. Thus, my second life pointer for you would be, put effort consistently every day and your journey is going to be definitely successful, and finally your life is going to grow to a different end altogether. Furthermore, avoid falling into the trap of social media, and rather invest your time in building versatile skills, strong moral character and emotional resilience to support your life journey. Reality paradox, I'm sure most of you are using this and using ChatGPT, Perplexity and many more. What I'm saying is definitely it is creating some sort of convenience for us. It's going to give efficiency for us. At the same time, it is putting us into the risk. It is eroding the human agency, our ability to think. It is challenging our intellect. And therefore, what I'm saying is, it is drifting away towards your definitely cognitive laziness. Thus, use AI tools, use social media tools, but use it responsibly. Last and most important life pointers for you would be, person's success or failure doesn't define them. Once again, person's success or failure doesn't define them. We have seen many real stories, and you must have also seen many real stories of academic setbacks led to even greater purpose and success. Let me assure you, the world doesn't need more degrees. It needs more direction, more purpose, more ideas and more authentic voices. I'm sure your university will take every effort to really create all such, let's say, qualities within you so that you are going to lead a successful life journey. What I'm saying is, the failure will make you courageous, extend your strength to support the unsurmountable to surmountable, and help you to discover a meaningful purpose in your life. And I believe many of your bigger meaningful purposes, ideas and voices are right here in this hall. With a little effort, with organized effort and discipline, I'm sure you are going to achieve it. On this inaugural day, let me pray before the Almighty to smoothen your academic and your life journey, and you all come out with flying colors, and let India and world celebrate your success and be proud of you and your contributions. Jai Hind. Thank you.